Hey guys, SammyX2 here. Today we are back with another Rugby 25 update video, and today is going to be a short video. But before we get into it, if you guys are keen for more Rugby 25 updates, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you get all updates when I upload. But let's get right into it. So Big Ant Studios have just tweeted out that Pro Team will be coming to Rugby 25 later this year. Now, if you're not familiar with Big Ant Studios and their recent titles such as AFL 23 and Cricket 24, they have this mode called Pro Team, which is essentially EA's sports ultimate team mode. Now, I personally think this is a massive inclusion into the game, and I cannot wait to see it come into Rugby 25, especially considering how many licensed and official teams and players we have in this game. Rugby 25 is by far the biggest rugby game we have had in terms of licensing and official inclusions of teams and players around the world. We have competitions such as URC, English Premiership Rugby, the French competitions, the American competition, Super Rugby, which is Australia and New Zealand, alongside with lots of other minor clubs and competitions around the world, a few in Asia and different other clubs and competitions from South America especially. When you consider how many teams there are and how many players are included in each of these teams, I think a Pro Team / Ultimate Team game mode in Rugby 25 is huge news for the game. That means that when you start the game, you will have low-rated players that are officially licensed and are hopefully face scans and player profiles / pictures are in their cards. But this means compared to Rugby 22 and Rugby 20, which had an Ultimate Team game mode, Rugby 25's Ultimate Team will actually have official players in the team. One of my biggest gripes and complaints about Rugby 22's Ultimate Team game mode is because a lot of the major teams and international teams weren't actually licensed in the game. So as you progress in your Ultimate Team in Rugby 22, it would end up being a bunch of generic player names from countries such as New Zealand and Australia and England because these guys weren't licensed in the game, and it just didn't make it feel authentic. So now looking at other Big Ant Studios titles such as AFL 23, which has been the most recent game to have Pro Team included, we can have a look and dive into what actually might be included in Ultimate Team. So for example, AFL 23 has legends in the game, and legends essentially is they've taken old AFL players that used to play the game and were the stars back in the day, and they've scanned these legends and given them their own player cards, which means that you can get legends from previous years of AFL into your Ultimate Team. So imagine the likes of having Jonah Lomu, Johnny Wilkinson, all these major rugby players that were huge back in their day in your Ultimate Team. It just adds another layer, and that could be your overarching goal. I want to get Ma Nonu on my team. I want to get Jonah Lomu. I want to get Johnny Wilkinson. I want to get Stephen Larkham from the Wallabies. All these massive legends. imagine if they got scanned and added into the game. Now we can have a look at AFL 23 again and have a look at the different booster packs they post on their socials every week. So AFL 23 seems to be getting weekly updates for their Pro Team. For these new weekly packs you can do challenges for to earn, and that's just another way to earn players for your Ultimate Team without taking the EA approach of lots of microtransactions. Now obviously we don't have a time frame for when Ultimate Team will be added to the game, but we now know that Pro Team is in development for Rugby 25 and it will be coming in some point this year. A lot of people have mixed opinions on this. I know some people in the Rugby Gaming Discord don't like the idea of a Pro Team or Ultimate Team because if you look at the way EA and 2K Sports have implemented this into their titles, it does become a really big approach for microtransactions, and I hope Big Ant don't take that approach, but it appears to me looking at their other titles that they don't go for the microtransaction approach. I'm sure there is going to be an option to buy packs and players, but that isn't the only way you can earn players. So fingers crossed it's coming soon, and I just really like the fact that we're getting another game mode in Rugby 25. I do like the game and it does have promises, but it doesn't have some issues at the moment, and one of the biggest issues I have is the lack of game mode. So we have a quick play mode, we have online mode, which is essentially just quick play against other people, and then you have the career mode. Those are the only game modes. So having an Ultimate Team game mode added into the game kind of adds to the playable and enjoyable experience in my opinion. Another game mode to grind, another game mode to make content on, and another game mode just to enjoy. So that was a quick video guys, but I hope you are as psyched as I am about Rugby 25 getting a Pro Team / Ultimate Team game mode. I can't wait for it to come out, and I'll keep you guys updated when we find out more news on it. If you want to keep up to date on the news, make sure to like and subscribe the video, and I'll catch you guys later. Cheers.